Hey everybody, good evening. It is Sunday at 7 o'clock. It's the 11th of January. Half the month is almost over. It's crazy. It's going too fast. So this is the conservative corner. If you're supposed to be here, great. If you're not, hang out for a bit. You might like it or you might not. I don't know. There's no accounting for taste. If you're a first timer, thanks for coming and hanging out. If you're like a return person, you must be a glutton for punishment. I don't know. But thanks for coming back. Hope you had a good week. It was the first full week back, which is never fun, especially when you get back to back short weeks or on vacation during those times. You go back to a full time and it's tiring. It's not fun. Got to hit lotto. I don't want to work anymore. Just want to lay on a beach, drink beer, and do nothing. But got to hit lotto. Got to be in it to win it too. So got to start buying tickets, I guess. I don't know. But we got a pretty busy show, a lot to talk about. So we'll jump right into the the breaking news. Excuse me. I don't know if you've all heard about this. Deputy of War is gonna. Their Department of War, Pete Hegseth, SecDef, has talked to the Department of Defense, and they're talking about demoting Senator Kelly and cutting into his pension for his BS message to the troops about remember to disobey unlawful orders. If you've ever served the military, you go through a whole class on that. There's no need to be reminded. It's beaten into your head that if you're given an unlawful order, you are legally required to not follow. So all they were doing was stirring up shit, trying to cause problems, cause drama. There was no need to say it. So I hope they do bust him back down a rank and he loses money and he gets embarrassed. He's just a politician trying to remain relevant and make sure he stands out so people don't forget who he is. Now they're not going to forget him because he's about to get his ass smacked and lose some rank. And I don't care what he does. I don't care if he claims to be a hero. Anybody who serves is a hero, but that doesn't mean you can run your mouth and cause drama and try to be an idiot. That's one thing I kind of upsets people. Say, I'm a veteran. Well, that doesn't give you special rights to be an idiot. I'm sorry. It doesn't give you anything special. I'm a veteran. It doesn't mean I can run out and be a jerk to people and they go, oh, I'm a veteran. Back off. No. If anything, you're held to a higher standard. You don't get to act a fool and fall back on, oh, I'm a veteran. Well, you're about to find out that doesn't matter when you show your ass and try to cause problems. So I hope it happens to him. He deserves it. He should have just kept his mouth shut and worried about politics. There was no need for that, for any of those politicians to say, remember, if you're in the military, you have to disobey unlawful orders. They all know that. There was no need to say it. It's like saying, hey, remember after you pee, wash your hands. Everybody knows it. You don't need to tell people that. We know it. You're just doing it to cause problems and stir up drama. And that's what he did. And he's going to find out it's not the kind of drama he wanted. Here's another thing. Donald Trump and the John F. Kennedy, the senator for theatrical whatever, the Kennedy Center. I don't know why anybody cares about this. I don't. They could call it the Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Elmer Fudd, John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for. I don't care. I don't even know why this is news. I don't know why anybody's giving it more than a second thought. It's ridiculous. Who cares what they call the building? I don't care. And if you do care, you need to get a life. Really, if this is important to you, you should get a hobby. I don't care. I don't think anybody I know cares. But they're going to beat this in everybody's head because that's what they do. It's not that they've changed the name. It's that Donald Trump put his name on it. They don't like him, so they're going to use this to use like a club and hit him in the head. It's not news. It really isn't. It's not important. It doesn't affect anybody's life. It doesn't affect your paycheck. It doesn't affect your family. It doesn't affect your health. It doesn't affect anybody. If he had changed the name and not put it on the news, nobody would know the name had been changed. That's how unimportant that is. Really, it's truly unimportant. And then, it's insulting to the Kennedys. Let's talk about the Kennedys for a second, shall we? They got their money from being bootleggers. One of the Kennedys killed a woman, left her drowning in a car, and walked away from it, never called the police until an hour and a half later, and she'd been dead. Never got in trouble for that. So let's not talk about the Kennedys as saints. Let's keep everything real. They're no better than you or I. As a matter of fact, they're worse than you or I. We weren't bootleggers and we're not murderers. I think he was drunk driving when he killed the lady, when they ran off the bridge into the bay and the lady drowned in his car. Was it Ted Kennedy that just walked away from it and let her drown? That's a real man. It's a real good guy. Let's all be upset that they've besmirched his name. Christ. Again, in this country, we elevate criminals to heroic status. It's pathetic. But yeah, I don't care about this. You shouldn't care about this. The only reason I'm showing you is because it's ridiculous. It's a joke. The Donald Trump John F. Kennedy Memorial Center. Who cares? Really? It's a theater. That's all it is. And people are not going to call it the Donald Trump Kennedy Center. They're going to keep calling it the Kennedy Center. So who cares? God almighty, get a life. Find something more important. With all the stuff going on in the world today, this should not even be a focus. Shouldn't even be a concern. Shouldn't be news. I mean, I'm more concerned about dogs in shelters than I am about this name being changed. It's like they're stretching for news. Anything they can do to blame it on somebody else is what they're doing. So yeah, they want you to slash your wrists and hang yourself, and because Donald Trump put his name on the Kennedy Memorial Center. So there you go. I'm done talking about that. Makes my nose bleed. And once again, these really aren't breaking and crazy news. I know I'm on Sunday and this stuff has been out for a while, but it's just stuff that caught my eye. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's the news ticker that's been updated with a lot of cool stuff, like up to date. Trump is being briefed on a possible Iran operation, and we're going to get into that today a little bit too. A lot of financial stuff. Trump hails move towards affordability on gas prices. It's just mostly financial stuff. Iran warns against U.S. strikes as activists say death toll surges. I think I read somewhere there's like 196 protesters have been killed in Iran, which doesn't surprise me. They kill homosexuals. They kill women who cheat on husbands. They kill everybody over there. So why should that shock anybody? Those sand rats are killing other people because they don't agree with them. They kill other people for their religions. So none of that should surprise you. What should surprise you is the leftists are still supporting Iran. And, it's a great country. The Muslims are great people as they slaughter each other wholesale. I don't know. The more I read and the more I learn about this stuff, the less I wish I knew, because it's not going to change. And as always, the chat is open. So if you have something you want to say or ask, put it in there. And I will answer as best I can. I'll even start it off with my ceremonial hey, so you know it's working. There you go. If you see it, you're good. If not, let me know and we'll fix it. I have a guest this weekend again. Sorry about last weekend. Things were crazy, a little under the weather, so I took off. Now I'm back and you're stuck with me again. But I'm not alone because I know people get tired of hearing me drone on and on and on and on every Sunday. So I brought Fred Profner, and if you look, it says former president of the Frederick County Conservative Club. Last time he was on, he was the current president of the Frederick County Conservative Club. But he's back, as always. Fred, how are you?
I'm doing great. Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah. Happy
First show of the new year, huh?
Yeah. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah. I feel privileged, honored.
You should. Very few get to come on this show. You're one of the chosen. Blessed.
Just another victim.
So before we get into everything, let everybody know what's going on with the club, what's officially happening, because I'm sure some people are kind of interested in that.
Right now, officially, the club is in limbo. Looking for somebody to take it over. I just ran out of my mojo. I get tired of doing everything by myself every month, planning the meetings and hauling everything over there, setting it up, tearing it down, hauling it all back. It takes its toll.
Oh, yeah.
I'm no spring chicken.
That's true. I thought you were 26 until you told me the other day. I didn't know you were that old. So.
No.
But yeah, so if you
I'd be
live
glad
in
to see 56.
If you live in the
I'd be glad to see 56.
Oh, I would be too. Knowing what I know now, to be 26 again, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Buy Apple.
But if you live in the Frederick County area in Maryland, even in Pennsylvania or anywhere in the area, and you're interested in taking a leadership position at the Frederick County Conservative Club, the webpage is still up, right?
Yep.
Go
Everything's
to
status quo.
fccc.us and you can send a message. And somebody's still, we're still kind of monitoring that, so someone will get back to you. Serious inquiries only. This is not a something you can part time or like Fred will test to you. You have to be all in um, if you're interested, and it's worth it. It's an established club. You're not walking into nothing. You're walking into something that's established, has a pretty good foundation, has a lot of people interested, and a lot of people who keep up with it. That's why it's important that if you take this position, you understand that there's an expectation,
Yep.
not just okay, bye. We expect things to continue.
Yeah. We're not
And
just going to hand you the keys to the castle.
exactly, you got to earn it. And like I said last time Fred was on, if you decide to take a leadership role, you're not going to be left on an island. We'll hang out to make sure you get acclimated and set up before we roll out. And plus, I got to change all the tax information. I'll need your information and all that for the IRS and the state. So
Oh, yeah.
there'll be things we have to do. So it won't be a done. See ya. It'll take some time.
If nobody steps up, we'll be shutting it down over the next year.
So I hope somebody steps up. I mean, because like I've said before, and I don't mean to put Fred on the spot. In Frederick County, there's no clubs that are worth their weight in salt. None. Except the Women's Republican Club. They actually kind of do some things. But the Republican Club, the Central Committee in Frederick County are useless. They're like tits on a boar hog. They serve no purpose. Unless you're looking for someone to put on a Christmas party for you or throw a happy hour. That's pretty much all they're good for. They haven't put forth any candidates. The Frederick County Conservative Club has. The Women's Republican Club has. Both clubs have put on many things with going to D.C., having a celebration of life celebration, lots of things. The other clubs have ridden on the Frederick County Conservative Club's coattails and done absolutely nothing. And I hope they're watching. I hope they feel embarrassed and ashamed for what they've not done at all, except take money, lie to people, and accomplish nothing. So if the FCC goes away, Frederick County, you're in a lot of trouble because the Women's Republican Club can't do it on their own, and they're going to be on their own.
Well, the women's club did reach out to me and asked if I would coordinate with them doing debates coming up. So,
see, that just goes to show you that the club that Fred runs and I kind of help when I can is more important. If the other clubs were just as good, they'd be asking the other clubs to help. But they realize those other clubs are useless. Asking them is like me asking the wall to discuss quantum physics. It's just going to sit there and not do anything. So Frederick County, you need to find somebody that can step up, take over the club, because if not, I'm telling you, what little bit of push conservatives had in Frederick County is going to disappear. Like I said, the Women's Republican Club can't do it themselves. You can't depend on the Central Committee, and you can't depend on the other Republican clubs to do anything because they've shown you over the last 6 or 7 years, if you live in Frederick County, that they're not going to do anything. They're not going to step up. They just want your money. So the first topic we're going to get into is Iran. I'm sure everybody knows what's going on with Iran. I think it's been going on for like a week now, 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The population has decided that, hey, we're tired of living under religious rule. It's oppressive. We can't do anything. And this is just one scene they've taken to the streets. I think it's the younger people. I don't think it's so much adults. It's more like teenagers and the 20-something people that have come out and decided to fight back. So, yeah, it's...
Well, I just heard a report that or just saw a reel, actually, where the morality police in Iran had shot some young girl. And now all the girls are burning their burqas.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the pictures of them like smoking cigarettes, lighting their cigarette off the picture of the Ayatollah.
Yeah.
That they have on fire. I mean, I think I read somewhere 192 maybe protesters have been killed.
Yes.
Since this all started. And keep that in mind. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said 192 that we know of.
Exactly. There's probably hundreds more. Some have been arrested, tortured, and killed in prison. I mean, I'm sure that number is well over that. But I want to point something out to everybody who's listening now and later. In Iran, that's what they do to protesters. That doesn't happen in this country. No matter what the left is telling you, people are not killed for protesting in this country. They're not arrested for protesting in this country. You're allowed to do that. And that's one of the things I'm tired of hearing the left say, well, you speak out against the government, they arrest you. No, they don't. No, they don't. If you break the law is when they arrest you. But we'll
You
get into that.
interfere with law enforcement, they're going to arrest you.
Yeah. If you try to run them over with your vehicle, you're going to get in trouble. And again, we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. I haven't seen anything about today, but I'm sure it hasn't gotten any quieter. I'm sure they're still burning things down, and there's still probably crap going on that they have to deal with. So what do you think is ultimately going to happen? If you had to guess.
If I had to guess, I would suspect a Maduro type operation.
You think?
Because we know that we defeated their air defense at least twice. Once when we got the nuclear sites, and twice.
Oh yeah.
So
I read somewhere, or not read. It was like a
totally
post on
their air defense.
Oh yeah, they're going to shoot bows and arrows at us. But I saw a post on Facebook that they said the Ayatollah is dead. That reports show that protesters have got a hold of and killed him. I mean, I don't know how reliable that is. I mean, but that's the rumor going around now that he's been killed by protesters. I don't think so. I think that would be the protesters would be out there celebrating that in the street. But that was the post I saw. And well, speaking of him, this is the Ayatollah. I don't remember his name, nor do I care. Pretty much he's ruled. I don't know how long he's been in a position of authority for a while, and he rules with like an iron fist. He's not a very forgiving leader.
His henchmen.
His head. He sends his winged monkeys out to get people. He doesn't do anything. But that's him. And apparently, like I said, I saw a post on Facebook that he's dead. Again, I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying I have researched that post, but that was the post I saw that he was killed by protesters a couple of days ago. I don't know. You think he is?
Nobody's saying him. It's always a good indicator.
That's true. I mean, but if he's dead, then who's in charge still directing what's going on? Huh.
You don't think the chain of you?
No, I just hope the guy who's behind him is not crazier and more evil than he is, or they've accomplished nothing.
I mean, they haven't done anything to stop him. So, I mean, they got to be just as crazy, just as batshit crazy as he is.
Well, yeah, I mean, they rule based on religion, not anything else, and they've bastardized that religion so much. I don't think. Yeah, and I don't think the religion they're enforcing has anything to do with Islam as it was supposed to be. I think
it's not a religion.
Oh yeah, definitely they made it to a death cult. I mean, I can't imagine having to do that in my own country, to fight in the street and then against my dear leader, whatever they call him.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't even know what Ayatollah means. So you got to fight against the Ayatollah. But apparently, since all this has been going on, he's been killing protesters. Trump has made it very clear if that does not cease and desist immediately, he will step in and end it. I don't know what he means. If that means boots on the ground. Are they just going to do a Maduro thing and swoop in and get him, or what? But I think at this point, if I were the Ayatollah and I were alive, I would believe what he said.
Yeah,
I have Trump hasn't really made very many.
I have no reason to doubt him. I have absolutely no reason.
Do you think he should? Or do you think we should stay the hell out of it?
I don't like getting into these geopolitical things. I mean, we got enough on our plate right now.
I agree.
With ICE and now Venezuela. But now, see, Venezuela and Iran and Russia and who's the other one? Iran, Russia, China. They're all tied together in Venezuela.
Right.
Yeah, that was the largest military base in South America. And have you seen or heard any reports from down there? I heard somebody read a transcript of an interview. I haven't seen a copy or heard the recording yet.
Right.
This guy said the 20 Americans that went in there killed over 200 forces on the ground. He said that they came in that they were matched for what the Americans were shooting. And at one point, they sent off a bomb that was so loud that it just left everybody dumbfounded for several. And we were basically unconscious while their eyes were open.
Wow.
And the Americans just wiped.
I didn't read that. That's insane.
That's out to you.
Yeah, I want to read. That's pretty interesting. So
American
they used a sound weapon?
Killed. Huh?
They used a sound weapon?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And disoriented them.
Oh. Yeah, I guess send me that. I want to read that. You think it would be as easy in Iran as it was in Venezuela?
No, it's a much more mountainous terrain, and hell, now they're expecting us. So
well, yeah, there's no surprise anymore.
So no matter what time we go in, they're expecting us.
So I think I agree with you.
I also heard somebody from Hakeem Jeffries' office had tried to communicate to Venezuela to let them know that we were coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Has he been charged with anything yet? Then
all I've heard is the initial charge. The accusation.
Has anybody questioned him about it?
Like I said, all I heard was the initial accusation. I don't know where it's gone from there. So,
I mean, but the thing is, it doesn't matter. They got different rules they play by. He'll never get held accountable for anything. That's how they get to roll. They do what they want to do when they want to do, and us little piss ants pay the price. Yeah, here's Trump. Let me find the notes I have on this one. 1 second. There we go. Where we got President Trump is weighing a series of potential military operations in Iran following deadly protests in the country. Two U.S. officials told the CNN. As he considers the following through on his recent threats to strike the Iranian regime, should it use lethal force against civilians? Well, they already have. They've killed 190 some odd people that we know of. Trump was briefed in recent days on different plans for intervention, as violence in the country has led to dozens of deaths and arrests. And I can guarantee those arrests have turned into deaths. They don't. It's not like they have no rights there. Some of the discussions have also included options that do not involve direct U.S. military force, one of the officials said. A number of options presented to the president have centered on targeting Tehran's security services being used to tamp down on protests, the U.S. official said. Um, I don't think it would. See, I don't. 192 protesters have been killed, at least right now. And 9 of those individuals were children under the age of 18. I don't know if strategic strikes would work in Iran. I think that might slow it down, but I don't think that would end it. I think they would have to really get in there and cause a lot of damage to slow that down. Just my opinion. I don't. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you can do your limit strikes, but until the people rise up, which they are doing, right, they have to make the move to go into Parliament or whatever the hell they call their governing body,
right?
Take them out. You know, once we see that they're doing that, I'm all in. You know, if they're ready to go toe to toe, I'll be right there with you.
You think they'll do that?
I do believe. Yep. Yeah, there's enough people on the streets. There's over 1 million people on the streets now. And it's in Tehran, it's in all the major cities down there. People are fed up. Just like we're getting fed up here. We're fed up with the bullshit going on in Minnesota and Portland, San Francisco. Let's go knock some heads.
Do you think Trump's threat will keep them from really unleashing on the protesters?
Hasn't yet. He said it before.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of more protesters killed before this stops.
So,
a lot. Which is horrible. I mean, I don't agree with killing protesters. I think that's beyond evil. But we're not talking about a good country or a good leader. Didn't he go through this before? I could have sworn there was something like an uprising previous to this.
What was that again?
Wasn't there an uprising in Iran previous to this? A while ago?
Yeah, it was a few years ago, yeah.
And
it got squashed.
I was going to say, they crushed that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So maybe this will take off. Maybe they will.
Trump is in office.
I mean, I just think, like you said, we need to stay out till they start showing us they're going to get involved.
Yeah, it wouldn't. They show that they want the freedom. Be right there with them.
But even then, I don't know how involved we should get. I don't want to get tangled up in a war in the Middle East because it's not just going to be Iran.
Right.
Other countries are going to come help them.
Yeah, China needs their oil. Russia.
Yeah,
needs their oil.
I don't see that being a one and done quick thing. I see it could turn into a pretty drawn out exercise. That's just me, though. I mean, it could be another Afghanistan or Vietnam. If it gets that far.
What's your golden age of the hammer?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see. It's going to be funny.
Hammer's trying to lighten it up.
I'm usually pretty light on this show. Just this week, there's not much light to talk about.
Show you guys my apps.
Oh, that would be
fun somewhere.
They're buried right now. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, come back, and we're going to get into some other stuff. We'll be back with Fred Profiter, former president of the Frederick County Conservative Club. So didn't work.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties. Yep, technical difficulties. But hey, it would have been a commercial. Would have talked about Damon the Hammer. Would have talked about Alexander Levine. Would have talked about me. The Pulse on Wednesdays at 8, where everybody gets together. We talk about everything going on, has special guests. Then you have Damon and his show and his radio show. Damon's also running for Congress in the great state of New Jersey. And I'm sure he'll talk about that a lot now, and he should. I'm not running for anything other than the fridge, occasionally the bathroom. But that's about it. But yeah, so there's that. And I'm on every Sunday at 7. Sometimes Fred's here, sometimes not. Sometimes I have other people. It's just a good time. You should be here every Sunday. Watch it. Enjoy it. You might, I don't know if you'd learn anything, but it's better than watching, well, because football's almost over. So you got what?
Yep.
1, 2, 3 more,
Wild
three more
card game
weekends?
time.
I think
And
3.
we're beating the Eagles right now.
Oh, they are. Holy crap.
Yes.
What's the score?
Happy with that. 21, 23, 19, something like that.
Oh, what quarter?
23, 19. Yep. 2:54 to go.
In the game?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
a good game.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the who was it? Buffalo Bills and the Jaguars today. That was a pretty good game.
All right. Yeah,
A lot of back and forth.
Bears and Green Bay was a great game last night.
Yeah, I like that
Went
one
back and
too.
forth.
That was a good one. I mean, but I'm noticing there's not much defense in those teams. That you can't stop anybody.
I mean, have you been football all year?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. This is the year of the fourth down play.
Oh yeah, there's been a
I've
lot.
seen
I've seen
more
that a lot.
teams go on fourth down than ever before.
Is it paying off overall? Is it working or no?
I'd say it's worth it. Yeah, I think it makes it more exciting.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, my team
Yeah,
plays tomorrow night. The Steelers.
I think league wide is about 60% success.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
So, yeah, damn
That's
good.
a good. Wow, 60%. I figured it was like 20 or 30, but what the hell? What do I know?
If it was 20 or 30, they wouldn't keep doing it.
Well, yeah, true. That's true. So yeah, you got football coming. It'll be ending soon. So what else are you gonna do on Sunday nights? You gonna watch the WNBA? I mean, what? There's nothing to watch.
Yeah.
Soccer?
Well,
You gonna watch
February
soccer?
7th, you got the Olympics starting up.
Oh, when? When's
Yeah,
that start?
February 7th.
February 7th?
Yep.
That's what?
6 or 7, something like that.
And the Super Bowl's February 2nd, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a busy week.
So, and well, the Olympics will go for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, about 3-4 weeks, I think, about a month.
So,
So the next segment's about this crap going on in Minnesota.
oh, God.
I don't know if anybody.
Mom of the year.
Yeah, there's like what 5 or 6 videos out of the incident. I don't know if you've seen them. I'm not going to show it on here. I think it's if you haven't seen it by now, you're not interested, and that's fine. The videos I've seen lead me to believe that the officer acted as he should. He was hit by the vehicle. She turned towards him. Tires spun when she took off, so it wasn't like a slow roll. She went at him. She refused orders to get out of her vehicle. And according to Pennsylvania versus Mims, that is a legal request. You must exit your vehicle if you're asked.
Yep.
She had nothing to do with what was going on. She drove by, stopped, and then parked perpendicular to block in the agents from leaving. Her wife got out and was harassing and insulting and cursing at the agents and filming them. And right before the shooting, the wife told this lady, "Drive, baby, drive," at which point she drove towards the officer. The first shot went through the windshield, not the side window, not the back window, the windshield. And then as she drove past, I think they fired off a couple more rounds, struck her in the face and the head, and she died instantly. Um, while I feel sorry for her children that are left behind, and the loss of life, period, I'm not cool with. I mean, anytime somebody dies, it's horrible, especially in this fashion. But at the end of the day, she put herself in that position. She did not have to stop. She did not have to involve herself. She did not have to do any of that. All she had to do, well, two things she could have done: kept driving, would have been fine. If she wanted to stop, then they asked her to get out of the vehicle, and she got out of the vehicle, would have been fine. None of this would have happened. She chose the path of pain, and
Yeah.
it ended the way it did. What do you think?
And she was no stranger to ICE. They knew about her.
Okay.
Right?
It
You know,
wasn't
she had Missouri tags.
Oh,
Right? They have Missouri tags. She's unemployed, and it showed up at numerous of these ICE protests. And she's a paid agitator. That's how she pays her rent.
I believe it.
So
I mean, I don't know what would possess someone to stop and interfere in a lawful, I don't know what you want to call it, arrest or investigation. I don't know why you'd stop. I and then put yourself in this position. I mean, she has kids.
yeah, she willingly stopped. She willingly participated in her demise.
It,
And her wife encouraged it.
has she been charged with anything yet?
Not that I've heard.
They need to charge her.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's accessory after the fact, accessory before the fact, whatever. There needs to be some charge because she pushed her wife or whatever into this whole drive, baby, drive.
Right. And she was trying to get in the car at the time.
And then they showed the picture of the vehicle with the stuffed animals and the what you call it. Hold on one second.
Stuffed animals.
Someone's a knocking. There he is.
Oh, what's up, Damon?
Can't hear you, buddy.
Can't hear you. You're not on.
Sorry, it was muted. So
There you are.
I got little Damon here, and I
Big
just wanted
boy.
to jump in. Seth, you created the hammer. You gave me that nickname, so we took it. Our great producer, myself, we talked about it. And got a special hammer that we made up. My son helped me make it up, and he needs to help me lift it up. It's not fully there yet, but come on, help me up, buddy. We have it. Golden hammer.
There you go.
Made out of gold. Trump sent it. It says Jersey Shore on it. My daughter wrote that on there.
Nice.
Jersey
So,
Shore.
the golden hammer.
Nice.
My
Good
dad
job.
doesn't need to hold it with me.
Yeah.
He was just kidding.
That's a good job, man.
Good
So,
deal.
yeah, he helped me paint it. We got the gold paint, and he helped me paint the hammer.
I can tell he helped paint it because it's very uniform and neat. I'm pretty sure if you did it, it would be like spots and stripes and
So
so.
lightning strike.
Did lightning strike?
See on
Yeah,
there?
it's lightning on there. Yeah, we had a little thing that we were going to
Okay.
put on there, a little video but we didn't have time to put it together. We'll do it next time. So there was going to put something on there, and then, but we'll save that for the next time. So
I was telling Fred that you're running for Congress. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about that while you're here?
yeah, I would say, unfortunately, I'm running for Congress. I don't say that because it's not going to be easy, and it never is. But I always tell people my favorite quote: the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. So I'm taking a shot at it. It looks like I want to get the sport this time. I never had it before. I just did it on my own last time I ran. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try because for this guy right here, right behind me. So for this guy and my daughter who's upstairs right now, something needs to change. And when you said running for Congress in the great state of New Jersey, the thing is, New Jersey isn't that great. So that's why I'm running. So, and if you want to move, they charge you an exit tax and everything else. I mean, they just raised the sales tax, the gas tax. I mean, right as the new governor is coming in. And I know I have nothing to do with the state level on that, but I could do things on a federal level to try to somehow lower prices here. It's unbelievable. I mean, we're getting priced out in New Jersey. I don't know what they're thinking. You know, I wrote an article on Substack a little while ago, and I talked about how they keep raising the minimum wage over and over again. They just raised it again. So New Jersey increased 85% on the minimum wage since 2018. Damn. But the middle class only increased 22%. But from 2020 to 2024, under Joe Biden, we had 23% inflation. So middle class lost out. Those wage gains didn't do anything. And then we get double tapped because when you force an owner, a business owner, to pay minimum wage to say a high school kid, it's supposed to be an entry level job, it's $16 an hour, then those prices go up. You know, and if you go to Dollar Tree or say whatever, McDonald's, say, I go to McDonald's if I do because he loves it. You know, it's like $50, for a family of four. $50.
Yeah.
So Happy Meals just raised up to $11.
What the heck? That ain't cool.
$7 and now it's $11.
We need to write a letter, man. We need to write a strongly worded letter to McDonald's about their Happy Meals prices because that's ridiculous.
Yes.
Trust me, you're better off not eating Happy Meals.
Yeah, you're better off not eating, bud. Eat your vegetables.
It's not even real meat.
Vegetables, vegetables. Who wants vegetables?
But no, it's bad New Jersey. Now, everyone just got a new tax assessment coming in for property. We pay the highest property taxes in the country. And got letters in the mail that they're reassessing the taxes and they're going to go up. They're really pricing people out. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't understand why people don't realize it. And the middle class we're the engine that drives this country. We're the workers. And we drive this country. And you can't just hollow out. Yeah, you can't hollow out the middle class. And that's what they're doing right now. And it's going to be it's imminent for a collapse.
Right.
It really is. And then across other states too as well. You got the Mondanis and you got everywhere.
I was going to say you could move to Maryland, but it'd be just about the same, so you wouldn't save anything. But Maryland's swirling the bowl right now too. It's a matter of time before it hits the cesspool.
No, that's why I love what you guys are doing, man. Getting word out there. I mean, trying to save this country, and your state as well. It's just people need to wake up because the worst part about it is people won't realize it until it really smacks them in the face.
Yep.
What the government does, it gets a little too big and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and they say, "Oh, well, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that," and then our debt goes up. It's a matter of time before it collapses. So
it's like Miami in New York. Things have not gotten bad enough yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to get to that. That's why I'm crazy enough to run for Congress and try to fix some things, and we'll see what's going on. But I'm just telling everybody
you need some door knockers.
What's that?
You need
some door knockers.
Yeah. I'm going to need some door knockers. Yeah. So
I'll
knock down the door. No, that's amazing. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Because when I get them and I start campaigning, which I am now, I'm going to need all the help I get. I'm in a D10. So, and I'm running up against the most powerful family in the state of New Jersey, one of the most powerful families in the country.
The Sopranos?
What's that? The Sopranos? Yeah, real life Sopranos, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, then I was kidding. If they're listening, I was only joking. I don't want them to think I'm picking on them.
No, you can pick on all you want. But No, they are real life Sopranos, I would say, and not. But because they've been indicted twice, not the congressman, but his family, his brothers. He has a bunch of brothers, and a lot of stuff is going on. They've been indicted a few times, but they got off somehow. I mean, I'll let everyone think about that. How did they get off? You can figure it out on your own.
Speaking of that, since I got you here, and I want Fred to hear about this too, our interview with Mr. Gravano. What's the news on that?
No, I haven't heard back from her. I haven't. Well, and also since I launched the campaign and been doing all the shows, I haven't emailed her again. Last I heard back from her was a month ago, and she said it was busy, during the holidays and stuff like that. And she said, but he's definitely going to come on.
Oh,
so
nice.
I promise you, I will get Sammy the Bull Gravano on. He's a fun interview. He actually interviewed me when I went to Congress, and I was like, "What, Sammy Bull?" I'm like, I didn't know how to handle it. I'm like, do I do this or not? But he was funny. And then one thing that stuck with me the most with him, he said, "You know what? We were Boy Scouts compared to these Democrats." I'm talking about the mob.
I believe that. I at least with the mob, you knew exactly what you were getting and exactly what they were going to do. There was no they might do something. With the Democrats, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I believe that. I think it's a pretty good analogy. Well, you want to hang out for this segment? We're talking about Minnesota, Minneapolis, and all that crap.
Yeah, sure. I'll hang out for a second if you want me to.
Yeah, let me get back to where we were. We just got done talking about what's her good.
Yeah.
Good, and how she's not a victim, that she put herself in that position, and it's sad that she was killed. It's sad that her children don't have a mother now, and I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is we shouldn't put her on a pedestal. She's not a god. She's not a victim.
No, I don't think she is. She's not a victim at all. The victim was the police officer. If you look at it that way, I mean, I know he didn't get hurt, and I know he had a situation where he was drunk down the street with the vehicle. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't reset and do his job the way he's supposed to do, and not think about that. But come on, you're a human being. You know that's coming. And then when you see the videos, I mean, all the new release videos they're coming out with now, she absolutely hit him. He did get out of the way and he fired. His gun was already drawn. It's not like he pulled it after she tapped him, and he got out of the way and then shot at her while she was driving away. No, he fired. His gun was drawn already. So sorry, but that was her mistake. I mean, they were there as agitators. They were there for hours beforehand, and she actually went through training for this.
Fred was saying that. Fred was just talking about that.
Yeah. So it's like you're training people to impede, federal law enforcement. It's like, what kind of country are we that we have things like that? But follow the money like we did on Wednesday.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, and I'm sure both of you will agree with me. If a police officer is doing something wrong, he should pay the price. He should be held accountable.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, he should be held more accountable than us because he's taken an oath sworn to protect the citizenry of whatever municipality he's a police officer in. So if he's messed up, yes, slam the book on him. Deal with him as harshly as you can. In this instant, from what I've seen, like you were saying, I haven't seen anything in those videos that would lead me to believe that he did anything wrong. I'm not going to sit back here in armchair quarterback and say, well, he could have done this, he could have done that. Why didn't he try this? Or what I think most of these idiots on Facebook and X, all the bootlicker people that call you bootlicker for listening to police officers, who probably, number one, have had their face opened up by a cop in a fight, have been locked up and are convicts, and they have a bone to pick with police to begin with. All those people that say you're a bootlicker, what they don't understand is that officer had 2 seconds.
Exactly 2 seconds.
Or what is she going to do? I have to make a split second decision. Is she just going to go by me, or is she going to try to kill me? You don't have.
And he had been wounded earlier, previously.
Like he got drugged by a car before. You don't have the gift of time out. Let me step back and evaluate this entire situation. We take about 20 minutes to look at it. You have 2 seconds. Either you're dead or you're alive, and you have to make a decision. And like Fred just said, and you've said before, I don't think any officer goes to work going, man, I hope I get to shoot somebody today. I just can't wait to kill someone.
Yeah.
She died, and a little bit of him died too, because he'll have to live with this the rest of his life. Whether it's is a justifiable shooting or whatever, he has to live with that for the rest of his life. Every morning he wakes up, he's got to remember I took somebody's life. There's kids without a mother now because of what I did. Whether right or wrong, he's going to remember that. It's not just shoot and walk away for these guys. It's not how it works. It's not a movie where they go out that night drinking beers going, oh, yeah, woohoo. It's not like that at all.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I'm back out on the street.
Yep.
Yeah, and Fred and Seth, I'll tell you, if I had to kill somebody, if that was my job, that I had to police. It was my job to whatever I to keep poor people. I work for ICE, and you're dealing with all this scrutiny, and you have the it's up like 1,400% with the threats against ICE, and you're kind of stuck. It's like, do I do my job to pay my family? Do I get out of this? But maybe you're a patriot too, and you want to do your job. That's why you took that job. But if that happened to me, and I had to shoot somebody in that split second and make a choice, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I mean, that guy might be suicidal right now, and he killed a woman that shouldn't have been in that situation. Shouldn't have done what she did. And even if he might be thinking in his head, well, maybe she wasn't really trying to run me over. She was just trying to get away, and I shot her. But he doesn't know. But he did. She did hit her, and the car was coming at him. It's a messed up situation across the board, and I can't stand the Democrats and the politicians out there that are pushing this so hard that it was a murder. It wasn't. He was doing his job, and he got stuck in a situation where he had to make a split-second decision. And that guy's suffering too. I mean, I know they are too. I hate the loss of life. I know that the family is too, and I hate the fact that the kid lost the mother. I hate all of it. The whole situation, I hate. It should have happened.
Where's all the didn't show up for Lake and Riley, and all the other the woman in North Carolina that got stabbed, the woman got burned alive. Where's all that outrage for those women?
That's a good question. I got nothing.
It's not political. It doesn't give people votes. That's why.
Well, that's true. Going back to what we were talking about, shoot or no shoot. Fred was in the Navy. I was in the Navy. We were military. That's part of we accept that when we take the oath. There's a chance we might have to kill someone, or we might die, or somebody we know might die. We accept that, and then you go through boot camp, and they kind of like make sure you understand that, hey, we're in the military. The military is here for one thing and one thing only: it's to kill the enemy. No matter what you do in the military, it's geared towards killing the enemy. From being a cook to being on the front line,
things.
You're going to kill the enemy. Even with all knowing that, I don't think if I ever had to do something like that it would ever sit well with me. Whether I knew it was justified, like in a wartime situation, I don't think it would have ever sat well with me. So I can't imagine what any officer goes through after they pull their weapon and discharge it and kill someone. I don't know how you come back from that. What do you think?
No, Fred, what do you think? I don't know.
Well, it's a case for PTSD.
That's true. I mean, yeah. And here is the wife, who I think should also be charged with the crime, who told the woman, drive, baby, drive. At which point she drove towards the officer. I don't know if she's facing any. Yeah, accessory. I don't know if she's facing any charges at this time. I've heard nothing discussed. But if there's any justice in this world, she will be charged with something too. She should be.
Yeah. And you see the cell phone in her hand? That's what shows me. All the agitators go out there with the cell phone and stick it in the cop's face, and they're just waiting for they want something to happen. They're agitating, and when it happens, and they pounce on it. And I guarantee if we followed money, they were getting paid to do this from someone. And also, on top of that, maybe they thought they were in the right to do so because all the propaganda out there about the illegals, and pushing people that are unhinged like this. And obviously they are. If you're going to park your car in the middle of a street and stop federal law enforcement from going down the street and just call them the names they call them. Said I forget exactly what she said. She's like, you want to attack us? Come attack us. Eat your lunch, fat boy. I forget what she said. It was something along those lines. Let's say, what are you doing there? They're not there for you. So why get in their way?
What do you think, Fred?
Take her out.
What, to dinner?
I'll leave that to you.
To dinner?
Yeah, I like I said, she needs to face some type of punishment for what she's done.
Yeah.
She needs to be sent to a men's prison.
I think if she, and I could be wrong, I'm thinking if she were removed from that situation, it would have turned out differently.
Absolutely.
I think it would have ended differently.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been loss of life.
No, there wouldn't have been if she would have just got out of the car. Or she didn't just do it to begin with.
Well, me and Fred were talking about that. This had nothing to do with either one of them. They drove by and saw it and stopped. They had nothing to do with this. That's why I can't feel sorry for her. She put herself in this position.
Yeah, I'm with you there 100%.
She pulled in there deliberately.
Oh, yeah. Now, because of all this stuff that's going on because of this, as a result of this, there's crap going on in Minnesota and around the world now. And here's a video I'd like to show you. I think it was that evening or the night after in Minnesota. People trying to break.
Where's this?
Minnesota. They think ICE agents are staying there.
That was all the Somalians trying to bang on a hotel where ICE was staying to try to keep them awake so they couldn't get sleep. Okay.
And that's acceptable behavior now in this country. The police didn't show up to disperse that crowd. The people who work for the hotel, I'm sure, were scared shitless. And I don't think there was even ICE agents at that particular hotel.
So, I know.
It's getting worse. And I've said it every time I talk. This will only get worse, and every day I'm proven correct. This has not slowed up. It hasn't plateaued. It has gotten continually worse. And it's going to get worse until somebody somewhere says, hey, enough's enough. You know what? You can protest. We're not saying you can't protest. We're saying is you can't hurt people. You can't destroy property. You can't assault police officers. You can't try to kill people. That's not a protest. That's a riot. And you cannot riot, but you can protest. And I don't think everybody seems to be afraid to say that because they don't want to, oh, you're a racist. Or, oh, you're a bootlicker. Or no one wants to be that person, but it's going to take somebody with a set of balls that can take that and go, look, I don't care what you call me. This is not about me or you. This is about civility. You can be upset. You can protest. But what you're doing is not a protest. What you're doing is illegal and it's a riot and it has to stop. And if you don't have enough sense to make it stop on your own, well, then we'll have to stop it for you. And you're not going to like how we do it because we're no longer going to put kid gloves on. We're not going to politely ask you to disperse. We're going to go back to old school policing. Riot shields, oak nightsticks at the top of the street, and we're just going to walk down through you. And if you don't move, we're going to move you.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, I gotta run. So, okay. But thanks for having me on, Seth. Thanks for taking the hammer joke. It's my golden hammer. So you created a monster here. So
yes, I did.
But no, I mean, hopefully things do get better. But yeah, I gotta run and let you guys know. Thank you for having me on. I'm going to interrupt. Fred, thank you as always. I love when you're on with Seth. You got a lot of great things to say, and thank you for your service as well. But anybody listening, go to votedamongallo.com and click on that donate button because I'm going up against the juggernaut. So, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Deal, man. Whatever you want to go.
I'll be in touch about.
Yeah, he'll help you.
So, all right, that's awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So,
all right, man.
Thanks for having me on. All right.
Be good, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Bye.
All right, buddy. Peace out.
So again, that was Dan. Oh, he's back.
Oh, I came back. I'll
He's
just
back.
That's Damon Galdo. He's running for Congress in Jersey. Great guy, smart man, family man. He kind of reminds me of the Jersey Tim Fazenbaker. Both very good guys. They're both very approachable, friendly people. You can talk to them, and when you talk to them, they don't talk at you; they talk with you, and I appreciate that from both of them. But yeah, back to what we're talking about. Where do you see this going if it continues on the trajectory that it's on now, Fred? What do you think is going to happen?
Unfortunately, I think it's going to take somebody else to get killed.
I think you're right.
Before they wise up. Before the ne'er-do-wells wise up.
Let me show you the next kid.
Trump's not going to put up with that bullshit.
I don't think any president should. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. You shouldn't be putting up. People are dying. Property's being destroyed.
Yeah.
Shouldn't matter your political affiliation. Unfortunately, it does, but it shouldn't matter. You should be like, no, this is not right. This is illegal. It's going to stop. Speaking of stupid, this guy thought it would be cool to call up a ICE station or a police station and threaten to kill them all. He's a teenager. And of course, he's facing federal charges, I think terroristic threats, among other things. But the reason I'm talking about this is a teenager, and I blame the media, and I blame left-wing politicians for this, for whipping up a frenzy, for stirring that pot to get people upset, and not knowing that some of the people that are listening to them are already mentally unstable to begin with. And if you call somebody a Nazi enough times and a crazy person's listening to you, they're going to come to the conclusion, well, that person's a Nazi. I have to kill them.
Yep.
So they arrested this kid. I think this was in Florida. Let me see if I got the notes on this jackass.
I don't care where he is. When you make terroristic threats, then you're going to pay the price.
You should. I mean,
you should pay the price.
I don't understand why people think they can. I can say what I want. It's freedom of speech. No, it's really not. You can't threaten people, jackass. But yeah, I don't have the notes in it. But yeah, I think it was in Florida this week. And this is just, like I said, it's getting worse. It's spreading. It's like a cancer. And unless we cut this cancer out, it's not going to get any better. Yeah. Just like COVID. It spreads and kills billions of people.
Put your mask on.
Like the flu. Oh, that's, yeah. This is the chief of police in Minneapolis. As you can see, he was surrounded by protesters. The police actually had to retreat. They couldn't keep up with what was going on. I don't think he was hurt, but it got kind of hairy, as you can see. I got notes on it. Police Chief Brian O'Hara chased and surrounded by protesters. Officers were forced to retreat after being met with rocks and concrete blocks being thrown at them.
And he's one of them. He's woke like they are.
Oh, I know. Yeah. They're eating their own. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I see where this is going, and I hope it doesn't get there, but inevitably, this is going to end with martial law. If the police can't control their cities, and it's like this every night, and people are being killed and hurt and property is being destroyed, they're going to push the governor or the president into the position where he has no choice but to declare martial law. And people think it's crazy.
Not Tim Walz.
Oh, Tim Walz is a joke. He'll let the city burn before he does anything.
We're talking in Minnesota. You're not going to have martial law in Minnesota unless it's imposed federally.
Yeah, you can't. I think only the president can do that, right? The president can enforce or impose it. What people don't understand about martial law, what people don't understand is martial law is the suspension of habeas corpus. It's when pretty much the Constitution is suspended and military law pretty much rules the day.
Right.
They can set curfews. They can set zones in the city you can't go to. They can set rules like no more than 3 people can congregate together more than 20 minutes on the street. They can make any rule they want. And when you go to trial, you don't go to court, you go to a military tribunal. You were judged by the military. And if you think it's rough now in Minnesota, if you think, oh, they're being mean, you ain't seen shit yet. Nothing. And unfortunately, unless people can rein themselves in or they can be reined in, that's where I see this going. And it's not going to be pretty.
I just see the idiots today in Frederick.
Yeah, they're always out. They're idiots. I can't keep track with the number of idiots.
Yeah, I mean, the other day was 4 protesting for Palestine, and today I think we had like 20, 25 out there protesting ICE.
I don't even know. I guarantee if you talk to that crowd of 25, I guarantee you could find 5 or 6 people that had no idea why they were out there. Like, I don't know. I saw them holding signs. I came over and held up my sign. I don't know what we're protesting.
Well, something to do.
Yeah, I got no job. My mom's not home. I can't get in the basement. We're out of Hot Pockets. Got no juice boxes. I figured I'd hang out in the street. And I think Damon touched on this a little bit earlier while he was here. Paid to be a protester. This is on Craigslist in Philadelphia. $1,500 a week. 77 hours per week. Morning and evening shifts. You can protest in the morning or evening, whenever accommodates your nap schedule. You don't need any previous experience required to be an idiot. Also, part-time positions are also available. Weekend positions too. And you can make $1,500 a week. So anybody thinks these protests are organic, that they're just happen because people are fed up, here's proof that you're wrong.
Slide that up. Let me get the phone number.
I was thinking the same thing too. I'll stand out there and hold a sign up and go, yes, screw Trump, whatever. Yeah. Where's my paycheck?
Ice is cold.
Yeah, ice cold. Oh, you also get gas reimbursement if you drive.
Yeah. Shit. $2.50 a mile.
Wow. But yeah, none of these are organic. None of these protests just happen because people are fed up. It's paid. That's what's scary about it. All right, let's try to take another break, or our first break, see if this one works.
Try it again.
And then we'll be back with Fred Profiter, former president of the Frederick County. I don't know why that makes me laugh. I don't know why. I find it humorous.
All right, hit the right.
Nope. Something is wrong. We are having technical difficulties. Right.
I guess you got to do a live read.
So that would have been about Alexandra Levin. She's our White House correspondent. She gets to go down to the White House and hang out with the classy people because they won't let me out of the cage to go to D.C., which is probably smart. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want me down there either. Damon Gallo.
Videos.
I know. He's a busy man. I don't hold that against him. But Damon the Hammer could probably also go to D.C. and hang out. He has that. What's the word I'm looking for?
Gravitas.
Gravitas, the gift to be able to hang out around those people and have some tact. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a godless heathen. I could go down there, but at my age, my bullshit tolerance has gotten so low. Eventually I would have to say something to someone, and it wouldn't be well. But there's that. So that would have been Alexandra Levine. She's great. She's a tribes person, so nothing but love for her.
I got a question for somebody who's watching on YouTube. Says, why can't I comment?
Oh, we've had that issue, and we don't know why. Because I can see right here, it says YouTube is checked on my screen, which means they should be able to chat, but it's not letting them chat, and I could not tell you. What's his question?
I don't know.
If you can hear me, ask your question and Fred can read it to us and we can answer it. But for some reason, it's not showing up on my screen. I apologize.
It's horrible. I'm going to. That's the most little joke. Why's that coming up now? That was an hour ago.
I might have hit something. Who knows? While we're waiting for that question, we'll get into the third segment, which is pretty much a grab bag, lots of different things. This one's about Syria. We went round 2 with them. I think we went late December. We bombed them, and then we bombed them again. This is in retaliation for the death of 2 U.S. servicemen that were killed by, I believe, ISIS or whatever Muslim terrorist group there is now this week, and whatever they're calling themselves. I believe, again, this was a U.S. Navy sending over some tomahawks full of love just to say, hey, we're still here. We haven't forgotten what you've done. Again, Fred was in the military or Navy. I was in the Navy. So we understand, and I'm not exaggerating, and he'll correct me, our Navy is probably the most awesome fighting force on the world, in the planet.
Absolutely.
Nothing compares to the U.S. Navy.
We'll get you anywhere.
Yeah. If you're too far inland, we'll send the SEALs after you, and they'll get you. You can't hide. And people still want to pick fights with us. I don't get it.
Yeah. Take it on the big guy on the block. That's stupid.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's like me walking up to Mike Tyson and going, hey, I don't think you're that tough, and then slapping him in the face. And then being upset when he beats me down to my knees. Like, why did you do that? You had no right to do that.
That thing on your face looks stupid.
Yeah. That too? I'm going to slap it off your head. But that's what they do in the Middle East. They pick a fight with somebody they can't beat, and then when that person beats them up, they play the victim.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Gaza. Oh, no, they're picking on us. That's not right. No, you started a fight.
Oh, you started the fight.
Yeah. You don't get to choose how it ends. Yeah, you don't get to choose how this ends. They do. They get to choose. And if you don't want your ass kicked like that, here's a little secret. Don't start it.
Yeah. Especially don't start it with the Jews.
Yeah, don't. Israel, they've been fighting since
they don't
Jesus
play.
Short pants. They were fighting before they were fighting before the sun was invented. I mean, come on now. That's a warrior tribe. They're not going to lose. And if they lose, it's not going to be, to a bunch of desert rats.
Yeah.
But hey, y'all keep doing what you want to do. Keep crying about it. Don't care.
And you have to wonder why all the other Muslim nations in the area will not let them in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Will not let them in.
We got all these morons in this country. Oh, Gaza this, Gaza that, Palestine this. Why aren't their own people helping them? Why don't you all take a second and think about that?
Have you seen some of the walls that they have up?
Oh, yeah. On the Egyptian side, it's ridiculous.
I mean, it makes our wall look like nursery school.
Yeah, they are definitely dead set. You are not coming in here. We don't want you here at all. And then who went down to the wall, the Egyptian wall? What's her name? Jolie. Angelina Jolie went down. Like that. That's it. Everything's solved. She showed up. We're all good now. We all can stop. Get along.
It's all
She's
good.
Here. Thanks for coming and ending the war. You should have come here like last year. You could have stopped all this if you just shown up, and we'd all would have been good. Then you got what? Who's the guy that plays the Hulk?
What's that?
The guy that plays the Hulk of the Avenger movies. What's his name?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember his name.
The only one I can remember, Lou Ferrigno.
He's the Hulk. Always will be the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. But whoever plays the Hulk now in the Avenger movies is, he's seriously thinking about running for office to help those poor people in Palestine. Shut up. Really? Do you
go ahead. You run for office and then go to Gaza.
Well, I would like him to run for office because that'd be the world's greatest shit show to watch. It would just be a joke. But what's funny is none of these people came out and said anything on October 7th.
Nope.
When there was raping and murdering and just horrible shit going on in Israel to the Israelis, not one of these people had anything to say.
They had nothing to say.
It's only when Israel said, it was only when Israel said, you know what? this shit's going to end. Then they all had something to say.
Oh, you can't pick on poor Gaza, poor Hamas. Now this clown over here.
Oh, this he's a treat. Look at get the comb over. Colombian president vows armed resistance if the U.S. launches military action. What is he going to do?
You got to need more than armed resistance.
What exactly are you going to do? I would like to know.
Yeah, somebody knocks on my front door, I can have armed resistance.
Maduro said the same thing, and where is he now?
Yeah.
In what, New York?
Maduro say, "Come get me, come get me."
Yeah, come get me, you coward.
Your prayer's been answered, brother.
Welcome to New York City, sir. Enjoy your stay.
Rikers Island.
Yeah, you'll have fun. This is P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. He'll be your cellmate.
Yeah.
You'll make.
Don't worry, you get plenty of oil.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be smooth like a baby's butt before you're out of here. What I don't understand is the reason, if anything would happen in Colombia, is because of the drug problem. All the drugs that come out of Colombia. So why is he not focusing on cleaning up his country? Because if he did that, none of this, we wouldn't even be talking about Colombia.
Because he's making too much money on the drugs.
Yeah, he's making kickbacks.
Yeah, he's getting kickback. He's looking away.
Once again, no accountability. It's everybody else's fault.
I'll tell you what. Once people start seeing the shift in Venezuela, now they let the political prisoners out and whatnot. Once they hold free and fair elections, and they actually have a democracy again, or representative republic, whatever you want to call it, you're going to see a total shift through South America and Central America.
Oh yeah, that was funny because all the liberals were complaining about what Trump did, and then they showed the screen of people in Venezuela dancing in the streets.
Yep,
ecstatic that Maduro's gone. I mean, come on.
Outlets are saying, "Oh, people are protesting what they did to Maduro." Yeah, not in Venezuela.
Not where it matters. Not in the country where he was. People are happy. Like I said, I think liberals have a mental disease. They don't see the world as it is. They see it as they want it to be. I don't know. Here's my favorite guy, Tampon Timmy. Apparently, he's decided not to run for re-election.
Oh God, that was a long shot.
And he's not really saying why. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's not running again because of all the fraud that's been uncovered in his state that he turned his back on.
Now, you can't blame it all on Timmy. It's not all his fault.
The buck stops with him.
Somebody figured out what to do, and he decided to look the other way. But he didn't stop it either.
So he needs to go. I mean, I was reading somewhere that people are still driving by his house and yelling retard.
Yeah. I wasn't there.
It wasn't me.
You're not going to catch me more than the winter time.
I don't even know where the dude lives. Yeah, it's too cold up there. I wouldn't go up there anyway. I might email him.
So.
And I thought this was interesting. Jonathan is the oldest living land animal on Earth, estimated to be 192 years old and still alive.
What's his secret?
He's probably single.
And slow metabolism.
Vegetable. That's all he eats.
Vegetables.
Probably. Drinks all water. And sleeps whenever he wants to.
No.
That's what I want to do. I want to be Jonathan. But yeah, that's incredible. 192 years old. That's insane. I guarantee you he'll make 200 years. I can see 200 years for him. Imagine if he could talk. The crap that he's seen.
Heard. Seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just incredible. But yeah, I wanted to end on that because I thought that was pretty neat.
Where is he?
Didn't say. I think it's in a zoo, probably San Diego, I would assume, because they got the big zoo out there. But yep, Jonathan is 192 years old, still alive today. God bless him. You know, they scream when they have sex, right?
Yeah, do
Have
they?
you, ever, have you
They
seen the
scream when they have
videos of
sex.
turtles having sex? It's frightening.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. Like, is
I've
that
seen
hurt
them.
or what? Wow, I don't know if I should say good job or pull you off. I don't know, man. Doesn't sound like a good time, but hey, he's 192 years old, so something's got to be right with it. Did that person on YouTube ever ask a question or no?
Yeah, that's how I like like retirement.
Well, how do you like retirement?
I'm still shaking it off. And I get questions about the club every day almost. You know, so it's tired of just not doing it yet. Or not doing it anymore. So
Well, like I said, if they don't have somebody fill your shoes, Frederick County is going to be lesser for it. If anybody could fill your shoes.
oh, that's impossible.
Oh, I know. That's what I like about Fred, his modesty. He's a very modest person.
That's
Very
me.
humble, very modest. Well, Fred, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, man. We always have a good time.
All right, buddy.
You're
Anytime.
welcome back. Yeah, whenever you want to come back, just let me know, dude. You can come on. People rather listen to you talk than me talk anyway. So
I like the pulse. Getting everybody together.
we'll have to get you on the pulse one day.
I'll be ready.
Good deal. Again, everybody, that's Fred Profiter. He is the former president of, I don't know why that makes me laugh. The former president of the Frederick County Conservative Club in Frederick, Maryland, the most active and largest club in Western Maryland, specifically for conservatives and Republicans. He stepped down. So again, like we said at the beginning of this podcast, if you're interested in taking up a leader position in that club, go to fccc.us and leave a message and you'll be contacted, but serious inquiries only. This is not a phone it in once in a while. You got to do stuff. You will be very high bar for you to measure up to that Fred Profiter has set. You will have to measure up to that.
Amen, bro.
All right, man. I will talk to you later this week. You have a good evening, brother.
All right, bye. Bye.
See ya. So that was Fred again. Great guy. FCCC.us. That's the club page. It's still up. It's still running. We're trying to find somebody to fill it, the leadership position and then trickle down to board members. So if you're in that area and you're interested, get on that page and send a message and someone will get back to you. We're about that time where we get to say goodbye. But before that, I always have an opinion I like to read. Sometimes it has stuff to do about the show. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just an opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You can tell me to kick rocks or click off and not talk to me again. That's fine. This particular opinion does have to do with the show. So let me get into it. The shooting of Renee Nicole Good on January 7th, 2026 in Minneapolis remains a violent and irreversible loss. A 37-year-old mother of three, her children now left to navigate the grief and life without her, deserves human compassion for the finality of death. But compassion for her children does not extend to rewriting her actions or granting her the status of an innocent victim. Official accounts from the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and the Vice President described Good as actively interfering with ICE agents during a lawful enforcement operation. She allegedly ignored commands to exit her vehicle, then accelerated her SUV in a manner that agents perceived as an attempt to ram or run over one of them. The responding ICE officer fired defensive shots, striking her fatally. Video evidence, including cell phone footage from the scene and body cam, have been analyzed and by multiple outlets, showing the vehicle moving after commands were given, followed by the shots. This is not a random encounter or a case of mistaken identity. Good, a recent transplant to Minneapolis, who had just dropped her youngest child off at school, reportedly came upon the ICE activity and chose to engage, positioning her vehicle perpendicular across the street, blocking their movement, and then maneuvering in a way that escalated the situation where agents believed deadly force was necessary to protect themselves. The Trump administration has labeled the incident an act of domestic terrorism, pointing to Good's actions as deliberate interference with federal law enforcement. Even some critical voices acknowledged she was not the primary target of the raid, but became involved as a self-described legal observer or someone drawn to the scene amid broader tensions over immigration enforcement. Her family insists she was not an activist and was simply in the wrong place, but the sequence of events suggests otherwise. She stayed, she positioned her car obstructively, she disregarded orders, and she moved aggressively towards an agent. We mourn the children, a 15-year-old daughter, a 12-year-old son, and a 6-year-old boy who lost their mother in an instant. Their pain is real and undeserved. But Good herself was not collateral damage, nor was she an unarmed bystander pleading for mercy. She placed herself in a high-risk confrontation with armed federal officers during a tense operation, and the outcome followed from her choices. Portraying her as a saintly poet, singer, and an amazing human being who was merely caring for neighbors sanitizes the reality. She actively obstructed law enforcement, escalated to what was perceived as a lethal threat, and paid the ultimate price. The narrative of her as a blameless victim serves political outrage, but it erases accountability. Her death is tragic. Her children's suffering is heartbreaking. But Renee Good was not a victim. She was a participant whose decisions led directly to the moment an officer believed his life or others was in imminent danger. And there's in an unforgiving math of such encounters that distinction matters. Sympathy for the innocent left behind does not require excusing the actions that put them in the position. It's just my opinion. I don't think she intended to get herself killed, but she did intend for something to happen by doing what she did. You don't get to interfere with a lawful operation conducted by federal law enforcement agents and expect to walk away scot-free. At the very least, she knew she was going to be arrested. Again, I think her wife should be charged with something. As she said, drive, baby, drive. That's what started this whole chain of events that led to her death. Again, just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. Just how I feel. Again, I feel sorry for the children. I think they're the real victims in this whole scenario. I feel sorry for the officer who had to kill her. He has to live with that the rest of his life. Anybody who thinks that's easy to do, you obviously don't know what you're talking about, have no frame of reference, and it's best just to keep your mouth shut so people think you're an idiot rather than prove you are by speaking. So everybody, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll be on again next Sunday at 7. We'll talk about a whole different set of stuff. Wednesday is the Pulse at 8 o'clock. We'll be on then. If you have any questions about anything I've said, send me an email, send me a text. And I'm sorry if you're on YouTube and you can't post in the chat. I apologize. I don't know why it's not working. So that gentleman who got through via Fred, I apologize. I wish I could have seen your question. We would have answered it immediately. Thanks to Damon Galdo for hanging out for a little bit and sharing the golden hammer. That was pretty neat. And again, thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me now or listen to me later. I appreciate it. It's truly humbling, and I appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. You can follow me at X at Conservative Seth, on Facebook at The Conservative Corner, or the American Pulse Network on X and Truth, Rumble, all those other places. We're everywhere. If you're interested in becoming part of the network, go to our website, hit the menu option, and then follow the instructions and fill out the paperwork, and we'll get in touch with you. Again, thank you very much. And remember, if you live your life based on principles and not a political party, you're going to lead a pretty good life and leave something back behind that your family can be proud of.
Me hearties, you've just weathered another bold voyage through the stormy seas of truth with the Conservative Corner podcast. Hoist your sails high and keep plundering the treasures of liberty, family values, and unyielding freedom. The winds of tyranny may howl fierce and furious, but true conservative buccaneers like you never surrender the ship. Stay fierce, stand fast, and chart your course for a stronger tomorrow. Fair winds and following seas. Until next time. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and best wishes for a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. Ahoy!